Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Very rightly said by William Butler Yeats. Teachers are truly the most exemplary and influential people in any student's life.
Welcome, everyone, to the second episode of BKBPS Vodka, Triple T, Teacher Taught Talks, where students aim to express their gratitude to all our brilliant teachers in light of the Teachers' Day. By means of this vodka series, we aspire to ignite the meaning connections between students and teachers.
As today's host, we have Miss Kiran Patil. She's a dynamic speaker with many accolades in public speaking, debate, and creative writing. She is an amazing basketball player and a friend and mentor to many at BKBPS.
And my co-host for today is Miss Kashvi Nanjappa. Miss Kashvi is the current school vice captain, a vibrant leader with a bundle of talents. She is an enthusiastic learner, a diligent student, and a passionate speaker with numerous achievements in Model UN.
Today, we are joined by two very exceptional guests, Miss P. Rama Sundari and Master Shantanu Kanade. Rama ma'am is a motivating, energetic person and a professionally qualified teacher. She has an experience in teaching over the span of 3 decades, of which she has spent 18 years at Birla School Kalyan. During her time at BKBPS, she has worked enthusiastically towards innovations and new developments for children. Welcome, ma'am.
Our second guest for today is our alumnus, Master Shantanu Kanade. He's a qualified lawyer currently in the Netherlands with a specialization in international dispute resolution. He is a graduate from National Law University. He holds an advanced master's degree in international dispute settlement and arbitration from Leiden University. He has worked in various law firms in both India and the Netherlands. He has also been associated with Moot Courts as participant, trainer, and judge. Welcome, Shantanu.
Thanks, Kiran. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the second episode of Teacher Taught Talk. It's such a pleasure to meet you both.
Rama, ma'am, we have dearly missed you for the past 3 years. How does it feel virtually reconnecting with the place where you taught for so many years?
Yeah, I really feel connected because I was always invited for different programs. So I am very much in touch with my colleagues, and I don't feel that I have left school. So I always stay connected to the school. So I really feel nice about it.
Yes, ma'am. School is so much like home to us, and we miss you just as much as you miss us.
School days are definitely the best days of our life. So, Shantanu, how was your experience being a student here at BKBPS?
Oh, it was amazing. I actually joined the school in the year that it was established, 1998, and I was in class 3. And I remember the very first year of school, there were so few of us because I think we had only classes until 5th standard. So it was almost as if we were a family. And we actually were a family in many ways because we would spend more time at school than we did at home in the company of our friends and juniors and seniors, and of course, our teachers. And The family kept expanding as the school grew, but the feeling always remained the same. It was always, as Kashvi was saying, it always felt like home. And there are so many wonderful memories I have from that time. Though it's been a really long time since I finished school. And back when I finished, we did not have classes 11th and 12th at school. So I actually had to very sadly leave school after 10th standard. And I still remember that when we were in 10th standard, we would constantly ask our then principal, Mr. John Plistodos, to also start classes 11 and 12 so that we can continue to be at school and be, in the same environment with the same people. But unfortunately, that did not happen at that time. But overall, it was a lovely experience. Some of the best years of my life were spent there.
Yes, we can all relate to that. So, Rama ma'am, I will be asking you one of the most frequently asked questions of 2020. How has your quarantine been? And what activities have you been indulging in during these days?
Yeah. Quarantine exactly goes for me because I was at home. I hardly went out for once or twice, just for 10-15 minutes, and that's it. So I'm at home and I'm spending my time with my mom-in-law, who is 90 years old, and I start my day with yoga. And then I had to take care of so many other things at home because there's no other help as such. So I really spend good time with my family.
Isn't it ironic? Just before the pandemic, everyone was just waiting for a short break. And now, after 5 months of lockdown and quarantine, everyone is desperately waiting to go back to work or school. So,
Truly,
Rama ma'am, looking
Yeah.
back at the time you spent in BKBPS, how was your entire journey being a part of the Birla School family? How did you anticipate it to be? And how did it actually turn out?
Yeah, actually, I joined in the second year after the school has started in 1999. If you're saying about the journey, um, I mean, like in comparison to the previous years, right now there are a lot of changes that has taken place. The number of sections have been increased. The technology is well developed. We have computer labs, we have audio visuals, and we have TeachNext modes, which help the teachers to teach the kids properly, and then the concepts are more clear to the kids. And also, there is mic system in the school, which helps the teacher to enhance the teaching so that she doesn't get tired. And the school is already having so many accreditations, like we have ISO, we have NIE Times, we have Hindustan Times. We stand in top 10 schools, which is a great honor to the school, in fact. And we also have in connection with the international projects, we had sessions with the international schools as such. And in mathematics, we have a beautiful lab set up so that the concepts are clear to the students. And even we didn't leave any stone unturned. In the area of sports, students are participating in DSO, where they bring laurels to the school. So this is the entire journey, and from the scratch till the school is really uplifted right now. And you'll be proud to say that I work for Birla. It has been a fantastic journey for me. I think I have done my best to the school.
yes, ma'am, truly. Our school holds itself to the highest standard for everyone, its teachers, students, and staff alike.
Shantanu, it has been years that you've left school and now that you're a professional. So, do you miss school and being a student?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if it were up to me, I think I would remain in school forever. That's why, and it's very ironic actually because when I was in school, me and my friends couldn't wait to grow up. We all wanted to go out to college because college to us signified freedom, not having to wear a uniform and doing all the cool things that Bollywood movies made us believe that happen in college. But when we actually entered college, we realized that college is nothing like the way they show it in Bollywood movies. It's a lot tougher to be out there on your own without the caring and loving teachers that you have. And there's a lot many more things to worry about once you grow up. So I really miss the carefree life that we used to enjoy being school students.
Yes, truly. School and all the people we meet along the way, they become such an integral part of our lives, and we miss them so much after we leave. Like when we are in school, we like yearn to get out of school, but when we're out, it's like we can't wait to get back.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, Rama ma'am, you've seen the
Yeah.
school growing so much and you've shared how many transformations it's had. So, could you share the
Yeah.
best two changes or transformations that you've seen?
If you're saying about the best transformation that I have seen, I think I will very proudly say that we had started with junior college, which helps the kids, once the child joins in junior KG, and they carry on up to 12th standard without any fear. And they are in very, very safe hands. So that is the thing, I think that's one thing that school is credited to.
Yes, ma'am, truly. Junior college is definitely a very big boon to us because we don't have to
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah. And
I can
students
tell
are very
from my,
comfortable.
I wish they did it with us as well.
Yeah, true.
I completely agree with what Rama ma'am said from my very own experience as a class 11 and 12 child.
Yeah.
So, Shantanu, you have been working exceptionally well in the field of law, and it's not a very commonly chosen profession in India. The most common are medicine or engineering, and you were a very good math and science student. So, when and how did you realize that being a lawyer was your calling and that was the thing that you wanted to do?
Well, I must clarify that I wasn't as good a maths and science student as you would like to believe. I mean, the usual answer that I give to people who ask me why I chose law is because I wanted to avoid studying mathematics after class 12. But I mean, on a serious note, I actually, once I finished class 10, for a year I actually did science with a lot of my other classmates because virtually everyone in our class wanted to do either engineering and medicine, as you correctly pointed out, barring a few who were very clear about their career paths. I would say 90% of the people wanted to either get into engineering or medicine. And back then, it was almost a foregone conclusion that if you were a reasonably good student, then you have to do science after class 10 and choose one of the two fields. And I actually enrolled, I remember, for the engineering entrance classes with a lot of my friends, and I chose class 11 science. But I was never really happy doing it. I always felt there was something amiss, and it never really felt like my calling. And I'd actually taken an aptitude test after class 10 at this renowned institute in Thane called Institute for Psychological Health. And the report had actually presented law as one of the career choices for me. But back then, I did not take the report seriously because I did not know much about law as a profession. And it was only, I think, towards the end of class 11th that I happened to read an Education Times report. There used to be this Education Times supplement. I don't know if it exists anymore for Times of India, where someone in my position had asked the experts at Education Times about what are the options of pursuing law as a career and where they could do it. And they had given a very concise yet elaborate reply to the question. And that is the first time I actually heard of national law schools. And after reading that report, I did a little bit of my own research. And suddenly the realization dawned upon me that this is exactly what I am meant to do with my life. Because I was always a decent public speaker in school. I used to enjoy public speaking. I participated in a few debate and elocution competitions, and I also used to give speeches once in a while in the morning assembly. So I used to enjoy that. I used to enjoy, and social sciences was my absolute favorite subject in school. So I used to love reading history, civics. So I always, I think, had the aptitude, just that I did not realize it. But once I did do my research about national law schools and about law as a career, then I think I knew deep down that this is what I want to do with my life. And so then I subsequently enrolled myself for CLAT coaching classes, took CLAT and went to a national law school and then became a lawyer. And here I am. So I'm sorry if that's a slightly longish answer, but I had to sort of explain it entirely.
Just as Shantanu said, that students, instead of following the so-called trends, should think wisely and carefully and then choose the most perfect and suitable career for themselves. Rama ma'am, you have been a teacher for 3 decades. So, what according to you is the best and also the hardest thing about being a teacher?
Actually, if you're saying about a teacher, I should say I'm a born teacher. teacher, so I really did not have any difficulty in handling kids. And it was really nice for me to help out the children coming down to their level and teach them. So teaching the students, making them sit in their classes, especially at the primary level, the child wouldn't understand that they have to sit in their place and learn. So that might be a difficult part for some of the teachers, but for me, I didn't have that sort of difficulty. Children always listen to me, so I think I didn't face really any difficulty as such.
Yes, ma'am. Discipline is a big part of teaching, and students really don't realize the amount of effort a teacher puts in to deliver a lesson. Like to deliver a lesson and to
True.
put it forward confidently is not a very easy task. Teaching is not just about
Yeah,
knowing
true.
the content, yes, but also about putting it forward in an interesting way.
Yeah.
So teachers
In fact,
don't just teach us what is
the children always love to listen to me. So I was really happy whenever I entered the class. Children were all happy, like waiting for me to come.
I would absolutely second that, Rama Miss, because
Thank you.
our class was the first class to which you were class teacher, if you remember, in '99.
Yeah.
And I remember uh, I remember that the moment you entered, there was you had a sort of calming presence where the moment you came in, I don't think you ever had to shout at kids to really make them listen to you. It happened so naturally, and we had
Yeah.
quite a few mischievous people in my class as well. But somehow with Rama Miss, she never had to even appear to be strict. She would just walk in and she would have a very calm and smiling and pleasant demeanor, and yet the classes went on smoothly. And I think that is a testament to the fact that she's such an amazing teacher.
Yes. Yes, Shantanu, I would like to add something here. Maths being a difficult subject for many of the kids, I always wanted to give them the comfort level first. If the teacher is comfortable and the child can really come out, with their doubts and things like that. So,
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
teachers don't just teach us what is given in the book, but also important life values and lessons. So
they,
Shantanu, what values did you learn from school and how did they help you grow as an individual?
I would say
I
everything that I am today,
and thrive
both
and
professionally and personally, a large part of it is owed to whatever I learned in Birla School. It was such an integral part of my upbringing. I mean, of course, my parents had a large role to play, and I owe them that as well. But besides my parents, I would say all my teachers at Birla School, and not just teachers, even my friends for that matter, were a very integral part of my upbringing. And the values that I learned in school have continued to hold me in good stead in so many different situations over the years. And that would include integrity to begin with, because we were constantly taught that integrity, honesty are the two most important values that you should always live with. And I've tried my best to imbibe that in everything that I do. Uh, and of course, working hard towards whatever you want to achieve. So those are
Yeah,
things that were, drilled into our minds at Birla School, and things that did not really make much sense back then. But as you grow up, you realize how important these things are. And I'm so grateful to have studied in an environment that has helped me become the individual that I am.
school truly does imbibe values in students and makes them the best versions of themselves and makes them proud citizens of our country. So, Rama, ma'am, we've heard
yeah,
that you really like yoga. What other activities do you do to keep yourself busy?
yeah. I like yoga, yes. In fact, I start my day with yoga. I think I already said this, which includes meditation, which includes pranayama, and also Surya Namaskara. and few of the asanas which covers a 1 hour of my session. And the rest of the things when it comes to food, I'm very cautious about the food part of it. So nowadays, children may not like, but I generally like to include some millets in my preparations, and also some dry fruits are added more if I want to make a sweet or something like that. So that's how I try to give the best food I can for my family, especially in this present scenario. And evening, I go for 1 hour walk, so which keeps me really energetic for the next day too.
Students really need to learn from ma'am. She follows so many health and fitness things. So we definitely need to learn from ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, truly. We really need to get ourselves in shape. So, Shantanu, seeing
Yeah.
as you're an avid sports enthusiast, in your opinion, how important are co curricular activities and sports in a student's life?
Extremely important. Uh, and I mean, I've realized this when I went to law school, and also when I went abroad, particularly because I think I mean academics, core academics is of course important. You need to study well, but I think it is the activities that you do outside of the classroom that really help build your character. And I think in today's world, especially, there is an increasing appreciation of people who have a multi-dimensional personality. So whenever you're applying, say, for a job, or when you're applying for a master's degree abroad, or pretty much anything that you want to do in life, they will always appreciate someone who has a multi-dimensional personality and who has certain hobbies and has pursued those hobbies continuously. And they can be anything. I mean, someone is good at sports, someone is good at singing, dancing. You might be a good speaker, so you might participate in debates and Model United Nations. I understand you do it, Kashvi. So I think that's great. And all sorts of extracurricular activities, I think, are very important in building one's personality and character, because they really expose you to so many things, and sports especially. I mean, because you mentioned sports and I'm a big sports enthusiast, I think the kind of things that a sport teaches you, especially a team sport, is something that you can implement in all areas of life. So being able to work in a team, knowing your team members really well, committing yourself to the cause and never giving up, and continuously working hard towards a common goal are things that are valued in virtually every walk of life. So I would say if you get the opportunity, you should definitely engage yourself in as many extracurricular activities as possible. Of course, don't overburden them, or don't overburden yourself with them, and don't let them be at the cost of core academics. But I think it's really important to be involved in multiple activities.
So as Shantanu said, sports and other co-curriculum activities are extremely crucial in any individual, especially a student's life. But students should also know how to maintain a balance between sports, co-curriculum, and academics because all three are equally important. So, so Rama ma'am, once the teacher is always the teacher. Now that we're approaching towards the end of the program, is there any advice you would like to give our students?
Yes. In fact, I was waiting for this question because I would like to give good advice to my kids. Planning properly at the right time, executing them, and then move out with confidence. This is what I wanted to. And also, I want to clearly mention that respect for parents from the kids' side is very important, because parents are the ones who are supporting you all, and uh, that is how we, as Shantanu rightly said, that we have learned values. So the value should never be forgotten by the, and for teachers, the same triple T I want to use, and I want to expand this as teacher transforms tiny thoughts to a good individual.
Yes, ma'am, truly.
So
We
this is the
need to have
message to the teachers.
confidence
Yeah.
in our life. And also, respect for
Yeah.
teachers and parents is the most crucial part of anyone's life because without respect, you can never get anywhere.
Yeah.
So, Shantanu,
Yeah.
sometimes students have so many things on their minds, but they do not express it about their teachers and about their fears. So, now after so many years, do you have something to say to Rama ma'am?
Just thank you. I think anything more or less that I say will not do justice to the gratitude that I feel towards her and to everyone, to every single teacher who taught me in Birla School.
Teacher in the school works very hard. In fact, whether it is emotional support, whether it is academics, in whatever way, every teacher is really striving hard in our school. I think that is the best about the school, about our teachers.
Yes, I'm true.
I mean, it's as I said, I realized the value of having such good and caring teachers only after I left school because I went to so many other different educational institutions after that, and I never found the kind of teachers that we had at Birla School ever again. And whatever I and I think everyone who's been a part of Birla School at some point is today, is owed a large part to the kind of education that we received from uh, our teachers at Birla School. So there's just a lot of gratitude and a lot of
Even I would like, yeah, even I would like to say when we have students like y'all, and then moving on with confidence, and students have become doctors and lawyers and professionally qualified, and some of them are working well settled.
After listening to what Rama ma'am and Shantanu said, it reminds me of one of Saint Kabir's dohas, which says, Guru Gobind dohu khade, kake lagu pai, balihari guru apne, jine Gobind diyo batai. Through this doha, Kabir wants us to explain the importance of a teacher. He says that he would touch the feet of his teacher first and then that of God, because it was his teacher who told him about the presence of God. If it had not been for the teacher, he would have never known about God and that he came into existence only because of God. This clearly tells us how important our teachers are in our life.
We were delighted to listen to all of your wonderful experiences that you've had being a part of BKBPS. Thank you so much, Rama ma'am and Shantanu, for joining us today.
Teachers have the most important job on this planet. A
Thanks
teacher
a
is
lot,
not
Kiran
just
and Kashmir, and of course Shantanu. God bless all of you.
A teacher is not just an educator, but a friend, philosopher, and a guide, all molded in a single person. Thus, we all students are extremely grateful to all our wonderful teachers for all the love and support that they have given us.
With this, we have come to the end of today's episode of Teacher Taught Talk, Triple T. We hope this episode was as enlightening for everyone watching as it was for us. Thank you and happy Teachers Day.
Happy Teachers Day.
Don't
Thanks,
forget
Kiran.
to visit.
Thanks, Kashvi.
Yeah, thank
It was
you.
a pleasure
Thank
speaking to
you.
both of you, and a very happy Teachers' Day to Rama Miss and all our teachers.
Thank you.
Everyone,
Thank
don't
you so
forget to
much.
wish your teachers a very happy Teachers Day. See you next time.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.